Hello and welcome back to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the today's Hindu editorial analysis. So let's have a recap what we are going to cover, and this Sunday we are going to cover some editorials related to science and every aspect that is important for exam point of view. So very few days are left. Without wasting your time, let's have a recap and starting the day with a thought of day. So the most important thing is to enjoy your life and to be happy, and it's all that matter. In today's era, it's to be happy is the most challenging thing. We just becoming and that sad generation that just want to overthink a lot. The reason can anybody, but already they said that happiness is a state of mind. Whatever we think in a challenging situation, we become like act and we act like it. So it is all about the mindset, and happiness is, and to be happy, it is only way to enjoy your life in a little things. Just do your work without overthinking and do your best. So let's having a recap. Front page is covering about the India and Sri Lanka science, 7 MUs enhance ties in a defense energy. Second is the center holds the Kuki-Jo and Mighty delegations. Second page covering about the center Delhi Science MU1 PMJ rollout in a capital, 36 people lack to benefit. And also the amid buzz of AIDMP BJP tried to set up for Saad to visit Chennai, and there is still controversies of a democracy of a do not misuse by the says on the Sindhi on the Kamra's case. Third is about the Maharashtra only teaching school of Gondi language is fighting a legal battle to keep its door open. And Telangana tunnel rescue, GSI irrigation official keeping a tab on condition, and here the pictures highlighting about the Chakiyar Kutu artist in order protesting of Assam. Next is about the Sri Lanka Tamil political leaders urge India to ban bottom trawling. Sixth is about the editorial science editorial covering about the ACTRC's CRISPR based test detects the rare blood cancer. Here we will have a detailed discussion about this and snapshots of some science facts. Seventh is about why the students' visas are being revoked in US. We will discuss about here. Next is Cambodia inauguration of naval base renovates by China. And ninth and the last but not the least, it is covering about the Europe Union envoys to discuss on climatic action with the Indian officials. So these we are going to cover. So let's starting with the front page. Maybe the front page is not fully clicked here, so I will give you the detailed analysis that what is written here, so don't worry about it. So it's about the India's and Sri Lanka science, the 7 MUs memorandum of unit, and ties in defense energy. So what is it's including one of the defense corporations of Prime Minister visit to island nation on Saturday. So Sri Lankan President is Anurag Kumar Dissanayake reformed its a government committee. We already have a good relations with Sri Lanka from the historical aspect also, and after the independence, after the 2 years from our country 1949, here also there is a meeting that is conducted, and is also awarded with their so he was also awarded with their greatest civilian award also. Narendra Modi also awarded from this. So what is expanding cooperation sphere signed were on the topic of for energy sector cooperation, including energy grid connections, developing a Trichonoma Leap partnership energy hub in efforts health multi-sectorial assistance to Sri Lanka Eastern by taking off the discussions during. So during the ceremony, leader also virtually launched a cold storage plant in Central Dam, cold storage plants establishment in a Central Dam, Bulla Trusting, and solar power plants in Eastern Trincomalee Trusting. So further, India has decided to reduce the interest rates. So it's a great help for any country who is already facing a huge financial loss and burden on their loans on and debt trap, external debts treatment. So he has a grant. The grant is basically they have basically they are not wanting, they have have external support to countries, external debt, and also the loan that is totaling is about 100 million dollar high been converted to grants. So grants is like we are not taking the money. Basically, it was like not wanting. So it is a witness the India has a remarkable rise in success, and it's supported the way India has positioned. It's not only as a regional power but also a global leader. So we are later thanked to the unwavering commitment support to Sri Lanka's economic recovery through its debt restructuring processes. So Tamil parties call for India's continued role. So already there is a Indo Lanka Accords of 1987 remain as the only instruments, and it's a sorry is not mentioned here. It 1987 remained the only instrument to achieve the Tamil of island. Just let me add that page. Maybe it is. No, it's not that page. So it was that this page. So it's about a 1987 history remained only instrument to achieve a political solution for the Tamils, and it is important for our goals. So that he met with a delegation of leaders and representative of Tamil parties in Northeast, including the Sri Lankan Tamil Arshu Karachi and Liberator Organization. So we will continue next also pages. So next is about it's a center holds talks with the cookies over meeting delegations. So there is already a civil society groups organized by Union Home Minister on Saturday about the 22 months of after ethnic violence erupted in Manipur, short term and long term issues. So there is a discussion and no decision have been arrived yet. And there is a Dominator Valley, like mighty Dominator Valley areas. The highway passing through the Koki Zoo dominance hill areas were also discussed, but no final agreement is still reached. And there is a refrain from the violences and return looted police weapons and deportation of armed security forces. So further the article will come about it. So we'll discuss it here. I just added because the page it was already on front page, so I covered it. Third is about the people. Central Delhi signs MU on a PMJ rollout in capital. So the center and Delhi MU extend to the benefits of Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, it's PMJ, and to the capital citizens. So around 36 people are able to avail the health insurance schemes, said the Union Minister Jagat Prakash Nadda, who presided event in the National Health Authority. So there is a close to 30 people will receive annual health coverage, about 10 lakh for which central and state government, and will share a cost equally, like 6 lakh citizens age 70 above will get the extra health coverage 5 lakh. So it will cover basically almost people, but over the 30 lakhs will receive annual health of 10 lakh, and 6 lakh citizen above the 70 will get health coverage of 5 lakh under the Ayushman Vaya Vandana scheme. Ayushman Vaya Vandana scheme. It is a one more important scheme here. So it is announced by the CM Rekha Gupta, who was present in function of Rag Bhavan, and said that his first phase of beginning of reality. So implementation of PMJ was one of the BJP key promises in the run up. So these are the promises that is made by the government. So moving to the next page is about is the Maharashtra only school teaching the Gondi language, of fighting a legal battle to keep it on. So it's about so how the India is promoting their languages when it is languages there are already this year and 24 including the lot of articles about the languages already about we read about the Tamil Nadu government on the like language basis of. So language can be important from the exam point of view. So how much when the official languages came, what are the classical languages added, it can be asked here. So here we are talking about the Maharashtra school, about their language is Gondi language, and so how the mother language is matter to it. So the school is only one in Maharashtra that teaches Gondi, and run up to class 5. Sayukt Ganrajya Gram Sabha, a grouping of 15 Gram Sabha village governance. So in 2020 the government got a notice from Maharashtra Education that it was not registered with Jila Parishad, elected body at Apex. So Gram Sabha Parishad filed a petition of Bombay High Court and asking for November 20 asking for recognition. So cases is still on the, and the school plans to class 6 to has been laid indefinitely. Teachers are worrying in the children class 5. So these all are article about it. Already the what is the between laws our reason falls under schedule areas and governance. It says that a member of Gram Sabha Parishad is a owner, and already the first the Gondi is not among the 22 official languages. Here written it is not included in official languages still. So it is not included in official language of its schedule of constitution. So however, the national education policy of 22 recommended a promotion of multilingualism in education at every school, so that learners can get opportunity to study their own languages, and to promote mother tongue based learning in early schools. Primer textbooks in 104 dialects have been developed. So Gondi Udiya has a primer dialect spoken in Maharashtra, so it's Gondi language. So it's a primer dialect spoken in Maharashtra, does not. So it want the recognition of in official languages. So moving to the next is about Telangana tunnel rescue. GSI irrigation officials keep tab on condition inside. So the authorities of a Geographical Survey of India (GSI) and Telangana Irrigation Department are keeping of a constant tab on conditions inside the Sriram Left Bank Canal tunnel in a Nagarkul, particularly in 110 meter stretches to backward end rock, where the bodies of 6 or more persons are still trapped into under debris, to ensure a safety of rescue and personnel engaged in a clearing the debris. So the last stretch is highly risky and chances here. The multi-agency team are simultaneously. So the rescue operation is carried out here for the help of a conveyor belt and locomotive trains. So these are happening there. So it's a tunnel boring machine with the help of conveyor belt, locomotive train on Saturday, 43 day of rescue operations. It's a 40 day, and according to the special officer. Next is the picture depicting here about this a Chakyur Koti artist and narrate the protesting Asa street performance outside the Secretariat Trivandrum. So it is a street performance. What is this art? This is covered in art and culture about the Chakar Kothu artist. It is a street performance outside the Secretariat Trivandrum on Saturday. So this is a traditional Kerala art form employs with a satire humor for social commentary. So can be asked as a art and culture point of view. Next is about the Sri Lanka Tamil political leaders urge India to boom the bottom trawling. So what is trawling here? It is basically equipment that is used for these are basically used by the Indian fishermen for catching the fishes. So basically a trawler consists of a one this type of area and a net. Basically it's a net. Already you can see that this, and this is consist on board. So it is kept in the depth of the ocean, and it carries a lot of fishes, including a lot of their all the species there. And it is also creating an imbalance to and devastating the things for ecological balances. So they are wanted to ban the bottom trawling, and how it is affecting it. So article is basically telling about it. So it is a bottom trawling to affecting the fishermen of northern Sri Lanka and Tamil Nadu, and raising the long run pressures of resources. We already covered about these trawlers here. The Sri Lanka and Tamil politicians highlighted a devastating impact on war affected Tamil Nadu fishermen in Sri Lanka North provinces. So during the meeting, the Tamil Arshu Kachi and these are the reached there, and Government of India Sri Lanka 2016 to expedite the transitions toward it for bottom of trawlings. And the Mr. Sumathin was a part of Lankan delegations for a level talks in New Delhi for also appreciate the initiative taken by Indian government to promote the deep sea fishing in a bottom trawling. And Sri Lanka also banned the trawling in 2017 following a private members bill moved by the Sumanthana former Jeffrey. So India currently follows a seasonal ban on fishing along with the east coast for nearly 2 months. Between mid-April and mid-June allow for fish breeding. So masses for Sri Lanka politician to some of the Modi visits to Rameshwaram, from where this sizable number of bottom trawlers originate and periodically seized by Sri Lankan Navy. So these are all about. Next is about it's ACTRC's CRISPR based detect a rare blood cancer. So today's article will discuss about that how the ACRTS CRISPR based test detect a real blood cancer. So basically we have here we discuss about the blood cells that 3 types. It's the red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. So how the white blood cells is divided into lymphoma, leukemia, and it's a myelodysplastic syndrome. So leukemia basically are of four types here. This is categorized into acute and chronic. And acute, it is a acute lymphocytic leukemia, it's ALL. Acute myelogenous leukemia, it's AML. So here we'll chronic like lymphocytic leukemia, and it's a chronic myelogenous leukemia. So we'll discuss about acute promyelocytic leukemia. It is basically a rare and aggressive form of leukemia. And so it's an aggressive form of leukemia, a cancer that affects the blood cells. So it is caused by genetic mutation, like there's two genes, it's PML and RRR, so mistakenly fused together. And so this fusion of genes led to the production of fewer white blood cells and platelet, which reduces the body ability to fight infection and control bleeding. So what set of cancer apart from other type, like the cancer that is caused in several internal bleeding on organs such as lungs, brain, which can result in death within a few days if not treated immediately. But the brighter side is that acute promyelocytic leukemia is highly curable, diagnosed and treated early. Can be treated early. Okay? So current treatment can cure the most patient. Like acute promyelocytic leukemia, APL is a subtype of acute myeloid. So basically it is not reached up to AML, but it is a subtype. So it is still curable, and it's account for 10 to 15% of newly diagnosed AML cases. And so Tata Memorial Hospitals 50-60 new APL cases annually here. So the problem is that tests are currently available to diagnose the rare type of blood cancer. It's a very rare type of blood cancer. Life-saving treatment delays, and moreover the test required expenditure that trained special, making them difficult to use smaller hospital. So what is CRISPR technology to good to use? So acute promyelocytic leukemia is caused by, already have discussed, PML and RARA cells and rapid CRISPR test developed by ACTREC by Tata Memorial quickly accurately diagnose this cancer type, and it's very inexpensive. And what is the test is nearly 100% sensitive, specific amongst the nil, and nil risk of false positive and false negative. False positive, basically a false positive, like if a test is shows that the positive sign, but it is still shows that there is no disease, but still shows a false positive. It is false. So that is false positive and false negative. But it is opposite of that word that is written here. If you don't have disease, but it still shows that you have that disease. And result are displayed on simple lateral flow strips similar to COVID-19. So rapid CRISPR test correctly identifies the blood cancer in 134 clinical samples. And so test can detect APL even when a single copy of female RARA is present. So currently the test is used to 3 strips of detection of 3 isoforms. It's a BCR12, BCR2 and BCR3. So these are types. So the rapid CRISPR reflect the speeds of diagnosis. What is rapid stand for here? It's rapid stand for rapid CRISPR reflects the speed of diagnosis. Rapid stand for redefined APL identification. And the study which shows supported by the energy, so published in journal Blood Advances. And rapid CRISPR test is added to patient peripheral blood sample test tube, and PML RARA gene is a mutation which is the cause of this rare blood cancer samples automatically cut. So peripheral blood sufficient is for diagnosis 80% cases, and 20% cases where white blood cells count is very low. Okay, and 1000 cell microliter normal range is 4000 to 10,000 cells per rapid, and test for 134. So these are here. So basically test for knowing the cancer cells and diagnosing in earlier, and treatment is possible from this. So next is snapshots about a study validates lower limit of human heat tolerance. So it is maintained a stable body temperature. Extreme heat is lower than previously thought. So study found that volunteers exposes various heat humidity conditions identify the thermoregulation become impossible. So they underwent day low exposures, condition were just estimated, and limit for thermoregulation. So they are exposed to 42 degrees Celsius, 57 humidity, core temperature stream upwards and undivided for 9 hour exposure. Next is how flower pot snake could we change our view of genetics. So next is this term is flower pot snake, and one of the world's smallest snake has a 3 set of chromosome. It's instead of 2, 40 chromosome organized into 3 subgenes. 40 is organized into 3 subgenes. And analyzing the flower pot snake unique genome is that it prevents from harmful mutations, and also the human genome evolution provide insightful human trisomy condition like a Down syndrome also. Next is the weight training protect the older people from risk of dementia. So 44 people with a mild cognitive impairment, intermediate clinical condition between normal and aging, and Alzheimer indicating a higher risk of dementia. So that strength training is not only improved memory but also altered the brain anatomy. So 6 months or twice weekly. So weight training is important for people from risk of dementia and Alzheimer also. Atrophy in hippocampus and precuneus improvement parameter reflect the health of neurons. Although it is like health training is well training is important for everyone, so exercises has their own important role in their lives if you continue in their consistency form in an everyday, if you become a part of your routine. Ninth is about one more is article is that why student visas are being revoked in USS. So here's a major article about, and this serious condition is that why the Trump catches and revokes the program, and how many foreign students are enrolled in US. So Trump administration has cracked down to the visas of anyone suspected of being involved in campus protests, otherwise linked, however, loosely to advocating human rights. So what is US policy student visa? It is a revocation issue that US Secretary State Marco Rubio recently noted that nobody has right to US visa, adding, we have seen a campuses across country where students literally cannot go to school building and taken over activities going on. And if you are in country on a student visa and are participating in those movements, you have right to deny your visa. Like this is in US Immigration Act of Nationality 1952. The Secretary of State has authority to revoke visa on foreigners deemed a threat. So according to US immigration official now said to also scrutinizing new application for academics F, exchange J, vocational M visas with the intention of refusing visa to those associated with such protests. So under the second administration so-called catch and revoke program, 27, the department has revoked the visas of 300 in countries foreign students. A report suggests that there are Indian students too on list. So there were reportedly 3,31,600 Indian students in US and academic years. So under the catch and revoke, President Donald. So the Trump White House has signaled the seriousness intended by tightening the screw in multiple spheres against major US universities, including cutting hundreds of millions of dollars in Union federal government to Columbia University, University of Pennsylvania, Johns Hopkins, and Emory. So how does the government monitor such enrollments? So the Migration Policy Institute of international students enrolled in US colleges and universities has experienced strong overall growth, soaring from 26,000 internal students 1949 to nearly 1.1 million in 2030. So following the discoveries about 9/11 hijackers has entered the US on a student visa but had never attended the class. The Student Exchange Visitor Information SEVIS was set up to collect, maintain and manage information about all foreign student exchange visitors in this country. To date, the SEBIs all require submit regularly update information about central database and do not appear who stop attending classes can have their visa revoked and face deportation. So in countries list of universities which foreign students have their visas revoked is long. Besides the above include Arizona State, Georgetown University, University of Minnesota, Cornell. So what are the challenges to the policy? The question of legal remedies complex. One of the cases given present immigration enforcement action is not directed against US citizens but against foreigners. So last week, American Civil Liberties Union published an open letter asking universities to stand up the federal government pressure, including surveillance threat to international students and faculty. So the group of academics noted the protesters were defined as a protected free speech assembly, guaranteed a U.S. Constitution, First Amendment, and additionally, American Association of Universities Professor Middle East Forum reported a filed lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing the targeting students based on their views on constitution and academic freedom. So despite this comment, reviews suggest unless in court, revoking program so foreseeable future. So these are their government monitoring enrollment and policies on visas of US foreign students. Ninth is about the Cambodia's inaugurates the naval base reverted by China. So there is a he inaugurated naval base reverted by China. Beijing also United States said that Remal naval base located on Cambodia southern coast gave the China as a key strategy for the Gulf of Thailand and distributed the South China Sea, and which the Beijing claims about most entirely. So it's South China Sea. They are all claiming their. So Cambodian senior have officially repeated the base is for any single power following the US media report. Next and last is about the European Union envoy to discuss of climatic action with Indian official. So here the Germany, Netherlands climatic envoys about. Let me just open that page. So So the Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, and actions. European External has held a series of meetings in New Delhi earlier, and from Prime Minister office, the involvement countries foreign climate change. So joint diplomatic mission aim to reinforce the European Indian cooperation, climate action, trade, investment, particularly led up to future international climate negotiation. And a College of Commissioner, it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and EC President Ursula von der Leyen announced the expedition of conclusion of India's European Free Trade Agreements 25 ends. So speaking at Friday, James and Bond. So climate actions, trade, investment, particularly led up future international talks. These are the discussions in the European Union of climate invoice during discussion of official from Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, New Delhi. So that's for today. Let's have ending this session with a summary. The front is India and Sri Lanka design 7 MUs, enhance the defense in ties energy. Center holds the Kuki, Joy and Meti delegation. Second is about the same thing. Tamil parties call for continued role. Third is about the Center Delhi signs on a PMJ rollout to capital, 36 lakh people benefit. Fourth is about the Maharashtra's only teaching the Gondi language. Fourth is fifth page covering about the Telangana tunnel risk, GSI irrigation officials, and the street art performed in Kerala, the Chakya Kothu artist. Sixth is about the Sri Lanka's of Tamil political leader to ban the bottom trawling. Seventh is about the ACR CRISPR based on detect a rare blood cancer. Eighth is about the why student visas are revoked in USA. Ninth is Cambodia's inaugurates naval base revokes. And 10th and the last is about the European Union of discussion of climate change. So thank you for today's editorial. And if you are continuing till the last, just give me feedback and suggestion. It's mean lot to me. Your valuable comments give me a it's boost my morale for making it with a more energetic and enthusiasm. And tomorrow we'll discuss regarding the one important things. I know time is so I'm making the total within the 30 minutes, so don't worry about it. So thank you. Good night. Tomorrow we'll meet with new editorial. Till now, study well, work hard, and chase your dream. Thank you.